Let's go! Should the Saints or someone else actually trade for Tanner McKee to be their starter? Are you freaking kidding me? Look at this. Obviously here with a Will Shipley run, you could have driven a freaking Mack truck through that thing. Obviously, the run game does help set up the pass, but man, this Bengals defense, I understand it's preseason, but goodness gracious, could you imagine if it was number 26 carrying this football? So, before we get to a throw, this has always been a big debate. Is the tush push just a Jalen Hurts thing, right? So, let's go to the very beginning of this play. You could see that this isn't the cleanest tush push, right? This ball is somewhat I wouldn't say bobbled, but you could see that McKee is a little bit further back than where Jalen Hurts would normally be. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But on this 4th and goal, you could see that the safety just kind of misses McKee trying to run over or trying to jump over that. Burks, that was a nice pickup. That's a former Eagle going up against his former team. You know, that's kind of tough. You just won a freaking Super Bowl with these guys. So for fun, I always like to have at least one wide receiver that I have an irresponsible draft grade for. And last year, that was Johnny Wilson. I really do think, though, he could play in the NFL, one of these bigger slot wide receivers. He can also play out wide. And you could see right here with that frame, this is some really good hand fighting right here. You can see 35 tries to put a hand on him, and he swipes it away. And take a look at this. He spots the football, and this is the benefit of having Johnny Wilson. You have that big target. Throw it high to where only he can get it. Man, that ball location is absolutely positively gorgeous, baby. Tanner, are you kidding me? That is a ridiculously good grab right there as well. We'll give you another angle here. Once again, I will never, ever understand players wearing such baggy undershirts. But it doesn't matter, baby. Okay, we move ahead to this 3rd and goal. As a defender, you have to know if receivers are lined up trips, in particular to the field, a.k.a. the wide side of the field. What a lot of teams like to run is something called double China 7. Now, this isn't quite double China 7. Normally, it's 2 in-breakers. These are more stops, if you will. But you have a corner being run right here, in-breaker here, in-breaker here. Okay? So, where you're trying to get this football is right here on the corner. But you could see that, well, you can't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, there is a safety back here that you cannot see. That's the reason why I said I just messed up. So, in this scenario, if you're McKee, you obviously can't throw this corner. So what you want to throw is the first in-breaker. You want to read this inside out. The receiver right here, 83, does a good job creating traffic for this middle of the field player right here. McKee sees it, and it's a simple pitch and catch to Anias Smith. You love to freaking see it. One thing about Tanner McKee that I've always found to be pretty interesting, and once again, a big weakness is my quarterback mechanic experts, my expertise in quarterback mechanics. Look at how far back he rears this football. I mean, this dude is winding this bad boy up. That can get you in trouble, obviously, but he's got longer arms and really good pass protection, so that's just part of it. No big deal. As long as you're quick and decisive like he was there, it is a tutty. One final thing about this, there's been a bunch of QB mechanical discussions over ball pats, okay? Little ball pat right there. I really don't care because the football gets there in pretty good time, and it is a tutty. So I want to talk a little bit more about Anias Smith. I know this is a Tanner McKee film study, but in my other life, Power Hour SEC and Power Hour LSU, I cover a lot of college football, right? And outside of Odell Beckham, Tyrann Mathieu, obviously Jalen Waddle is in there. Still, I'm not sure if I've ever seen an SEC punt returner better than Anias Smith. Now, there was a deep cut guy named Javier Arenas, but look at that cut. I mean, that is just absolutely nasty. You're not losing speed, and he's able to miss the shoestring right there. It's some good leg strength, and it's off to the races. And if we get just a little bit of a better block right here at the end, if 22 actually turns around and looks to block somebody, Anias Smith is scoring. That was a good job right there by I believe the deep snapper making that tackle. Okay, I want to show you why the Philadelphia Eagles are just so much better than pretty much every NFL organization. Yes, his throw is good. Yes, his catch is really good by Cooper. I believe he played at Tarleton State or something like that. This is actually the most undertold story of this play and one way you can cheat the NFL system. So if you were to ask most fans, what is the best down in football? Well, most would say, well, it's first and goal from the 1 or first and 10. But analytically, one of the better downs, and to me the best down, is 2nd and 1, right? Because so many teams on 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1, they want to just pick up the yards so you can get a fresh set of downs. But 2nd and 1 should be when you're taking a shot, right? And the funny thing about this is the Bengals weren't even really expecting a run here. But on 2nd and 1, you want to take shots, right? You still have 3rd down to pick up the first down. And in this spot, you still have 4th down to pick up the first down. Obviously, in plus territory, you can kick a field goal. But the Eagles smartly decide to get vertical. So on the 2nd and 1, this is a too high look. So if you're going to throw this sideline ball, you've really got to sell that you're wanting to work this side of the field. But pre-snap, Tanner McKee sees press man on that side. So he's like, F it, let me give Cooper a shot. If I'm going to throw this with a safety kind of sort of being in the vicinity, this ball really has to hug the sideline. And that is just such a good ball and a better catch. Obviously, the corner play isn't the best. Ivy looking like Eli Apple. It is a tutty, baby. Before we get to this other Tanner McKee throw, please give me a follow at Carter the Power on social media. And I saw Benjamin Solak of ESPN put this graphic up, how many teams Tanner McKee would start for. He said he was doing it somewhat jokingly, but should the Saints actually trade for him? I mean, you could make a strong case that Tanner McKee is indeed the best backup in the NFL. I mean, the guy was surgical. I understand it is what it is. It's just a preseason game. But let me know. Because there are some really, really, really bad QB rooms right now in the NFL. Man, the bottom line is, God, it's hard to not be excited about this Eagles team, especially, it's Jalen Hurts. I believe he's celebrating a 27th birthday the same day as this preseason game. I understand Johnny Wilson's not going up against prime Dre Bly here, but, man, his hand fighting is so good to go along with that big frame. It's just so tough for any corner. Look at him. He's got him off balance, dipsy doodling out here. And look, the back shoulder throw. That should be money every time to a 6'5" wide receiver. And you would have liked to have seen him in this spot, keep his feet, maybe pick up a few extra yards, but still, we'll take the first down all day, every day. Should he have kept his feet here? You guys tell me. I think so. Maybe so. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on Johnny on the spot. Let's see, a better angle here. I guess you needed to fall down for this. Maybe. You guys let me know down below. Okay? It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! Tonight we are doing spaghetti. Let's go.